Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make and use a spring bobber rig. It's a great rig for any angler, but in particular, this rig is great for people new to fishing for its basic setup and ease of use. It's probably most used by anglers targeting panfish like crappie and bluegill and other sunfish, but don't be surprised if you catch other species like bass and catfish with it as well. To make this rig, you'll need three things: a spring bobber, a split shot weight which kind of looks like a tiny metal Pac-Man, and a panfish hook. In this demonstration, I'm going to use high-vis fishing line so you can see what I'm doing a lot easier. First, I'm going to tie on the hook using what's called a Palomar knot. To tie a Palomar knot, I'm going to double over the line like this, and with my right hand, I'm going to pinch that loop so it forms a point. Pinfish hook eyes are pretty small, so I'm going to use that point to thread the loop through that eye. But once I've got the doubled over line through the eye, I'm going to form a basic overhand knot. It's going to look something like this. And then with my right hand, I'm going to pull that loop through a little bit, and then I'm going to wrap the loop all the way around the hook. Now with my left hand, I'm going to pull on the tag end and the main line, pulling the knot tight. But before I pull it completely tight, I'm going to wet the knot with some spit so it slides together easier. When the knot is wet, pull on the main line and give the tag end a bit of a tug as well, and then trim the tag end. Now we can move on to the weight. I like to put my weight 3 to 6 inches above the hook. I'm going to go with 3 inches on this one. So I'm going to slide the line onto the weight, and then with a pair of pliers, I'm going to clamp the weight onto the line. Now I'm moving on to the bobber. In my right hand, I'm going to pull the springs back, exposing the notch in the stem. This is where I'm going to slide the line once I've determined what depth I want the rig to be. I'm going to set this to about 2 feet, and once I've done that, I'm going to slide the line into that notch and release the spring. A great thing about the spring bobber is you can adjust the depth really easily, which I am going to demonstrate right now. So I'm going to be working at about a depth of 2.5 to 3 feet. My bait of choice is going to be 1-inch Berkeley gulp minnow. Let's get some fish. Going to be working around these lily pads right here. So what I like to do with these rigs is when I cast it out, I let it sit there for about 10 seconds. If nothing hits it, I'm going to reel it in a little bit, about a foot or two, which is usually about 1, 2, maybe 3 cranks to the reel at most. So it's been sitting there long enough, reel it in. Then I'll just let that rig reset, sit there for about another 10 seconds. If nothing hits it, I'll just keep repeating that process until a fish actually hits the rig. All right, so one thing you might notice when you're using this spring bobber is that it's gonna slide up and down the line while you're fishing with it. And all you have to do is just kind of slide it back up to where you want it, or you could pull back the spring and slide it so you take the tension off the line. Probably save some life on that line a little bit. So nothing hit on that first cast. Cast back out here and see if you can do it again. So one little trick that you can do if you want to keep your bobber in one spot, keep it from sliding up and down the line like it kind of is on me right now, which is not a big deal. But what you can do is pull that spring bobber back and then just wrap that line around that notch a few times. Let the spring go, and that bobber is going to stay put. That thing is not going anywhere. There's a fish. Got him. All right, we got one right under them by them pads. We got ourselves a bluegill, I think. No, I think it's a crappie. All right, little crappie. Cool. Hope you guys want to learn more fishing tips and tricks you can use our new fishing adventures. I got a couple options you can pick from right here. I'll see you guys in the next one.